Nobody told me it would be this difficult to get a job in the UK. I applied to 31 jobs and all 31 of them rejected me. Last week, I cried more than 5 times. Be ready for your plans that you took from your home country to fail. I lost myself in the process. What do I mean by that? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hi. My name is Amebe, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to sit down here and give you guys a little bit of rundown about my time here in the UK. So this month has made it, I think, 4 months since I've been here in the UK, and I've experienced a lot of culture shocks, and I've had a lot of struggles as an international student. Plus, I asked you guys in my last video to write down in the comment sections what kind of videos you wanted me to create, and I got a comment that was talking about I should write out my socializing, how I made friends. So I've broken this video into 3 parts. First, I'm going to answer that comment, then I'll talk about my struggles, and then the culture shocks that I faced as an international student. Hope that makes sense. Good. Let's get started. So if you see me looking here, I'm looking at my laptop because I had to write down majority of the things so I don't forget. Now in the culture shock section, I'm just going to speak a little bit of the shocks that I have experienced, and if you guys like this video, then I can create a part 2 of this video. Otherwise, then it's fine. Let's start. So the first question he asked was about socializing, how I made friends, adapting to a new environment, culture shocks, and how to get work. So I will start with socializing and how I made friends. Now, I am not an extrovert in any way, shape, or form. I am an introvert. So the friends that I have made here in the UK has been my classmates. When I went to class, we Africans usually sat down in one place, and during the seminar we kind of get to interact based on the course that we are obviously having a seminar on. And then after classes, last semester we had a lot of break. Like I think we had 2 hours break before the next class, so we just usually sit down and hang out, and we just became friends. One day I was just like, let's go to Richmond Park. I think we didn't have class. That was on a Thursday. We didn't have class, and I was like, let's go to Richmond Park. And that was how we started exploring. You guys, I don't know how to make friends. I have no idea how to socialize. If I'm not hanging out with those friends, I'm exploring on my own. So anything about socializing or making friends, I have no idea. I'm so sorry. But like, the next question was adapting to a new environment. When I first came to this UK, ChatGPT was my best friend, literally. It might sound stupid, it might sound silly, like what? But like, every single question that I had, I asked ChatGPT. Basically, I remember the first time I wanted to go to central London, and I didn't know whether to tap in or tap out in the bus, because I heard you have to tap in and tap out, if not they will charge you a lot. I didn't know how to do that, so I asked ChatGPT, like, do I tap in and tap out in the bus? No, like, and also if I'm confused, like I don't understand the map, I usually just ask any random person, like, I'm going to this place, like I show them my phone, I'm going to this place, like what do I do? I feel like adapting to a new environment, just ask questions. I use ChatGPT. At least that's what I did. Excuse me. Now let's go on to the struggles that I've had as an international student. The first one is getting a job. Nobody told me it would be this difficult to get a job in the UK. I've read on Twitter before coming here how somebody just got a job and they were able to change their phone, their laptop, and they traveled to Paris, Switzerland. I say, job is in the UK. Like everybody's like, the UK has more job than Canada. So I was like, oh my god, okay, since Canada did not work out for me, let me come to the UK. There's job. Oh, there are jobs in the UK. Okay, there are tons of openings in the UK, but there are also tons of rejections. Last year, some people might say it's small, but I applied to 31 jobs and all 31 of them rejected me. I got like 2 or 3 interviews out of 31 jobs that I applied to. And these 31 jobs, by the way, are the ones that I started tracking. They are jobs that I started applying for before I thought, oh, maybe I should start tracking my jobs, because I think I first got an interview and I was like, where is the job description? Like, I need to prepare for the interview. That's when I started tracking my job. Otherwise, I don't used to track jobs, right? I just apply and that was it. So these 31 jobs I'm telling you guys about are the ones that I tracked. I did not get any of them. Some people ignored me. Some people... It is literally hard. The job that I have now, I got is a job offer from my school. So the question of how to get a job, honestly, I have no idea, because I am still trying to get another job. The hours that I'm working in school is not enough to cover my expenses. So I am looking for another job. You get, like, it is so difficult to get a job. They'll tell you, do this to your CV, do that to your CV. I've done everything. Still, when I apply, I get rejected. So yeah, I've been struggling a lot with getting a job here in the UK. It's not easy getting a job. You get rejections upon rejections upon rejections, everyday rejections. I remember one time that I got four rejections in one day. It's not easy getting a job, and to think that I've been here for like 4 months and I've still not gotten a proper job where my 20 hours are actually completed. It's crazy. Anyway, moving on. The second thing is the weather. You guys know or might not know, but I am from Nigeria and our weather is warm. But Harcourt, the only time we get cold is during Harmattan and when it's raining, and the cold is not even close to this place. I was born in August, summer girl. I don't like the cold. When I first came here, or rather since I've been here, it's been cold. It's not easy, you guys. I struggled a lot, and by then I did not have enough finances to get a winter jacket. So I was just basically using, like, I was doubling up. I could layer like 5 or 6 clothes and I would still be shivering. I struggled a lot with the weather, although now I'm getting used to it because I'm balanced a bit now and I've gotten a lot of winter jackets. And even if they tell me like the weather is like 5 degrees or whatever, I don't worry anymore. But I struggled a lot with the weather. I fell sick because of the weather. So that's the second thing I struggled with. And the next one is nobody will talk to you. Jesus, like you guys in the UK, they keep to themselves. You know this thing that Wiki and Sim Fubara used to do in Nigeria, day your day, make I day my day. That's how it is here in the UK. In London, at least, I can't speak to other parts of the UK, but here in London, everybody did their day. Me, I did my day. Nobody would talk to you. And especially if you're thinking that you want to come to the UK to date, like, nobody would talk to you. I remember when I first came, this might sound silly, but like, when I noticed that nobody was coming up to talk to me, you guys know in Nigeria, like, guys would just come up to you and be like, fine girl, how far, like, you know that kind of thing, but like, they don't do that here. Nobody's walking up to you and be like, fine girl. Like, I remember, like, coming here, it was like, am I ugly? Like, is it, like, I felt so, I don't know, I felt so down. I felt like, I don't know, I don't even know, but I felt really sad. I thought that maybe I wasn't fine enough or pretty, I don't even know, I don't know, but like, you know, all these crazy thoughts that comes to your head, like I had those feelings basically. And I had to ask some of my friends that had stayed here, like I was like, is it just me or nobody talks to you? And you're like, yeah, that is very normal for nobody to talk to you here in the UK, right? So that's when I started feeling like, oh, okay. You get, but like nobody talks to you, and the UK gets pretty lonely, you know, and the friends that you have, your how would I even put it, your time might not be the same. So maybe when you're free, they're not free. So that's why I explore alone. If you guys have noticed, most of the time I'm always exploring by myself. And yeah, like I'm like, since then till now, nobody will really tell you, oh, you're pretty, you're this, da, 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 da. In cases like this is when you have to start telling yourself that, okay, I'm pretty. Like, it might sound very stupid, but I tell you, when you come here and then you notice it, like, I don't know, you want some form of appreciation, or I don't know, you guys, I don't know how to explain it, but one thing I do know is that people won't talk to you. Like that rapport that we usually have in Nigeria, at least I can speak from Nigeria, like that rapport that we usually have in Nigeria, yeah, it's not here. And then the next thing is school assessments. The grading system in Nigeria is different from in the UK. You know, in Nigeria we mostly do exams. Here, at least in my own course, digital marketing, the grading was assessment reports. So I have never done a report. Even my final year project, it was anyhow, go to the internet, like get anything, paste it, print it out, give your supervisor, you've passed, you've gone. But here, it's not like that. They are so strict with plagiarism. They are so strict with, like, I was like, how am I supposed to do this report? 4 reports last semester, 3,500 words, not each. I think 3 of them had 3,500 words. Then one was 3,000 words. It wasn't easy. I really struggled. I did a lot of research, like, and there were some times that it was like, what if I'm not doing the right thing, you know? I felt sick in the process because I was literally stressed out. I was mentally drained, and the professors, it was during Christmas, so they went on Christmas break. There was no way for me to say, let me send in my draft and let them give me a feedback as soon as possible, right? And it was really, really difficult. But your school might be different, and you guys might have people that will help you in the library and all of those things. But now what I'm speaking is from first semester, so basically what I have experienced, it was not easy writing the reports. It was not easy for you to just be thrown into and be like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. You cannot contact me until like 2 days before submission dates. Go and do your work. No, I did not like that. That has been a struggle for me, but I've gotten used to it now after writing like a lot of reports. The next thing is, I've said it before, it gets really lonely here. So if you can, try and do a lot of things by yourself. Try and watch movies, reach out to your friends back home. You know, if your friends here are free, you guys should hang out or something, because it gets really lonely here. Next is feeling sad frequently. Last week I cried more than 5 times. I remember I was crying a lot because I didn't have a better job. As I said, the work that I have here in school is not up to 20 hours. It's not even up to 18 hours, you get. So that made me really sad. And you get sad for different reasons, but at least for me, the reason why I got sad frequently was because of not getting a job. You apply for so many jobs and you get rejected so many times. As I told you guys earlier, I remember when I applied to different jobs and I got 4 rejections in a day. Like, it's just like 10 a.m. one rejection, 10:02, 10:03, 10:04, like another set of rejections. And I just did, and I just started crying. I remember I just went to the bathroom. I was in school then. I just went to the bathroom and I was crying. I was like, what the hell is this? It was so bad. But then I did reflection and I was like, okay, the fact is that rejection is normal. I will get rejections up to the extent that I went on ChatGPT and I'm like, why am I getting so many rejections? I went online on Quora and I was like, why is it so difficult to get a job in London? And then you will hear experiences of other students, international students, whatever, and then you know that, okay, you're not alone in this journey. It's just a phase. You hear a lot of people saying, I've applied to 300 jobs, I've applied to 400 jobs, and I'm like, I've applied to just 31 jobs, and okay, maybe I shouldn't feel sad, but that doesn't excuse your feeling. Your feelings are valid, right? So yeah, you're going to cry a lot. I remember one time my friend texted me, I'm like, have you cried yet? Because it's normal to cry. That is the fact. I've cried a lot of time, and I've told myself that I cannot keep attaching my happiness to when I get a job. I can't keep postponing my happiness till when I have a job. So I'm like, I hate this UK, there is no job, da 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 da. So I can't keep doing that, because heaven knows I have no idea when I'm going to get a job next. I have no idea. So instead of me to keep postponing my happiness to when I get a job, I decided that I'm just going to focus on the good parts of this country. I'm going to focus on the things that are working, and yeah, that's basically it. And then the last struggle and what I wrote was that I lost myself in the process. What do I mean by that? So basically, as I said, I attached my happiness to finding a job, a stable job. And also all the things that made me happy, except exploring, I kind of gave them a backseat, and I mostly focused on schoolwork and looking for a job. I remember a time that I stayed up at night, like I stayed up in the night crafting a CV, and 9 a.m. the following day, the job that I stayed up crafting a CV for, they rejected me. So I didn't do sports. Most of my university friends will know that from secondary school to undergrad, I always play sports. Since I came to this UK, I have not exercised, I have not played any sports, and basically things that made me happy, things that made me me, I didn't do them because I'm so focused, or rather I was so focused on getting a job or schoolwork, or you get all these other things. I had time for every other thing except me. I didn't have time for myself. I was worried about so many things. I am an overthinker, so I overthink so many things. Oh, what if I don't get an internship? What if I don't get a sponsorship? Like, can you imagine, like we were literally in first semester and I was already worried about the fact that I might not get a sponsorship in September of this year. You get, so it was not easy because, as I said, I attached my happiness to when I receive what I'm looking for, and I lost myself in the process. That made me depressed. Yeah, I've gotten depressed in this UK, and yeah, it's not a beautiful feeling. Anyway, let's move on to the culture shocks. Now, the first culture shock is that everything happens so fast. London is fast. Last year, by is it November or early December, deadline for graduate job has already started expiring. Like, we have not finished first semester, and the deadlines have already started expiring. Everything is so fast. To get a to get internship, you're already late if you want to apply for internship now, because you are supposed to apply for internship in January or in December. By the time you get to maybe February or March, forget it, you might not get an internship. It is too freaking fast, and it's like you're applying for a part-time job, you're applying for an internship, you're also applying for a sponsorship job, or rather a graduate job at the same time. It's crazy. It's literally overwhelming. I'm not even gonna lie. It's so much. It's too much at the same time, because you're like, I need to focus on getting a part-time job, but getting an internship is also important. No. I think getting a graduate job is important. So I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. Like, it's too freaking fast. Like, you need to slow down. You literally need to slow down. If you're moving too fast, you're going to make mistakes. And the only time you can correct that mistake is when you slow down and reflect. And that's something I like doing. But I realized that this UK is way too fast. It's too fast for me. Anyway, let's move on. The next thing is that there is no community here. At least based on my own experience, there is no community. Let me give you guys an example. So if you're going for a gathering, I'm going to define a gathering as when you're going to school, when you're going to work, or any other thing, basically. When you're going somewhere every week, basically. I remember when I was going to a gathering here in the UK, and in that gathering, you stay, you play games together, you basically socialize. As we're asking about socializing, you can go to different, you can join different communities, basically. So I went to a community, and after socializing, then we leave. Now, when we are not in that gathering, and then I see them outside, maybe in the mall, in the bus, or on the tube, whatever, like, and then you're like, oh my god, hi, nice to meet you. Do you know they are going to pretend like they don't know you? Oh my goodness, I experienced that. That was like a huge shock. I was like, what? Like, we literally played games together, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. And I'm like, we literally were in this community last week and we played games together. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Hi, how are you doing? And I'm like, it's freaking weird. I remember I've had that experience multiple times when people just pretend like they don't know you outside. So basically, when you're in the gathering, you guys play, you guys talk, have a chat, whatever. But when you're not in that gathering, when you're outside of that gathering, they pretend like they don't know you. Anyway, yeah. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is leave your expectation in your home country. When I first came to this country, I had a lot of expectations, you guys. Tons of expectations. Like, everything was cut down, not even into half. Leave your expectations in your home country. Be ready for your plans that you took from your home country to fail. It is normal for your plans to fail. So get ready to replan, to strategize. You get? Anyway, this video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to end there. If you guys like this video, do make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share it with your friends. And if you guys want me to do a part 2 of this video, you can leave down your questions in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer them as much as I can. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.